the fight's going to be boring as hell. Because any fight he's in is boring as hell.
Shakur is a really good boxer.
He's a good boxer, but it's nothing that stands out to me. It's just, okay, you know how to move, boom, 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 but it's nothing like Tank or me or
like somebody got to stand out.
Like
like you're not just fighting
I
anybody.
see boxers all the time. I've been watching boxers my whole life. I know the ones that are different. He's not different. Shakur will do everything, not even to get like an ounce of hitting. Like he's scared to really lock in and get in there. Devin's not.
But Shakur, that guy will put anybody to sleep outside the ring, not inside the ring, because that's like he's the most boring fighter in the history of boxing. And they say whatever they want, they can hype him up and all that stuff, but I really feel bad for him because there's no way they could put him on pay-per-view. He can't sell a fight.
Boxing pros are weighing in on Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson, with many predicting Shakur will rely on movement and defense. Critics label his style as running and boring, while others argue it's high-level ring IQ.
What do you think about the criticism that Shakur gets? Like, people say that he's boring and all that.
Yeah.
He's not entertaining.
I mean, look, he's like an Andre Ward style. Andre Ward wasn't really that entertaining, but got the win. I mean, that's what boxing is all about. So I used to love watching Andre Ward fight because it was so punch perfect. I watched his footwork, how he moved to the right, to the left, and I trained with him as well, with Virgil, and I used to watch how he trained and how he fought, and I thought how he puts his hands there and uses it as a defense, and then pulls your hands down and catches you over the top, and them little things. So this is a fight that people get, because you got two different styles. You've got an offensive, defensive in Lopez, and you've got a defensive in Shakur.
As the boxing world gears up for one of the most awaited fights of early 2026, discussion has centered not just on who will win, but also on how the fight will unfold.
When it comes to explosiveness, I would have to go with Teo. When it comes to actual rapid speed, I would have to go with Teo. But when it comes to body punching, when it comes to good timing, when it comes to craft, I would have to give all of that to Shakur Stevenson.
What do you think, Doug?
They're both boxers. I look at Stevenson as a versatile technician. I look at Teofimo. He's a boxer puncher, but his specialty is his counter punching. Listen, if Stevenson wants to be on his stick and move game, very difficult style matchup for Teofimo, and maybe not that entertaining to the fans.
Because Stevenson's longer.
Exactly.
Stevenson's defense probably the best in the game, and he's longer.
Great reflexes and timing, and so does Teo. That's why he's a great counter puncher. But he's a very special athlete, and as a competitor, he is one of those guys who saves his A game for a fellow elite opponent. That's when he really rises his game and shows us the Teofimo Lopez that everybody thought he was when he was a prospect.
Shakur Stevenson, the unbeaten WBC lightweight champion, is widely recognized for his defensive wizardry. His ability to use footwork, angles, and distance management has made him exceedingly difficult to hit. This style has earned him both praise for technical brilliance and criticism for not generating action every second of a fight.
Some of your 135 contemporaries have a lot to say these days. Shakur Stevenson, well, of course, he's now 135 after all that stuff, and then Devin Haney.
Right. So why people even talk like he the best at? He didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126, 30, or none of that.
He is good.
Okay. How can you? All that's just okay. How can you stop people that can actually hit? No matter all that boxing, you're going to get hit.
Teofimo Lopez, on the other hand, is known for his athleticism, power, and aggression. As a former unified champion at lightweight and now a defending WBO champion at super lightweight, Lopez's game is built around taking the fight to opponents and landing decisive punches.
Shakur, we haven't seen him around 140. We have seen Teofimo do good at 140, so it's a tricky one. I think it's a 50-50 chess game inside that ring.
If you had to give somebody 51, the other guy 49, like the smallest edge.
You're going to put him in the spot. But only because I fought him before. I'll give him that 1% to Shakur because I've fought him. I've never stepped in the ring with Teofimo. I've seen him fight, and I've seen him personally spar, and I've seen him. He's an amazing fighter. But I will only give him that one to Shakur because I've stepped in the ring with him.
Against someone like Stevenson, who relies heavily on movement, Lopez believes his approach of pressure and combinations can disrupt the southpaw's rhythm.
You want to be number one, in boxing, so to speak. He's coming for my crown, at the, super lightweight division. And honestly, nevertheless, it's all about the fans.
Who has a better resume between you two guys, do you think?
Man, I'll tell you again, honestly, it doesn't matter until we hang up the gloves. I think that we still have such a long, depending on how well we do with our health, we got a long career ahead of us, man. So this is just something for everybody for 2026. We started off with a bang, and we go from there.
Meanwhile, Tim Bradley emphasizes that Shakur can stay aggressive, using his jab and feints to throw Teo off balance and control the pace without needing to run or retreat.
Shakur ain't got to really move. Yeah, it sounds crazy. Shakur can actually walk to Teo. Yeah, he can walk to Teo. Yeah, long as he walk behind with the jab, long as he walk behind with feints, because feints throw off Teo, jabs throw off Teo as well. He's a counterpuncher. Yeah, he's a counterpuncher. So if you can keep him off balance and keep him guessing, keeping that jab in his face, and you force him back, yeah, he moves his feet, but he makes a lot of mistakes. Gets himself out of position a lot of times. He's out of position a lot of the times, man. Brings those feet together at times. Oh, yeah. When he moves side to side, same thing. He responsibly defensively, nah. When he disengages, defense is whack. Trash. Yeah. When he resets, a lot of time he comes in the range, he's standing straight up. Come on, man. Shakur can take advantage of Teo not being that great on the inside, not being that great at mid-range.
He points out that Teo often gets out of position and resets poorly, allowing Shakur to stand his ground, read punches, and use his boxing IQ instead of constantly moving around.
Yeah, he ain't got to run from Teo. No, he can stand right in front of Teo. He could. Yeah. And see all them shots coming. For sure. You already know the punch selection that he gonna use. Punch selection gonna be he gonna try to use his jab at a rapid pace. Of course. He gonna try to out jab Shakur. Of course. Flicking it out there, flicking his jab out there, man. Trying to get some sort of response. Or flicking it out there, trying to just close the gap on Shakur. And he gonna throw the right hand downstairs. Yeah. That's what he gonna do. He gonna be looking for that right hand, then he gonna try to sneak him up top. Yeah. It's plain and simple. Sneak him up top. That's it. But if Shakur can stand his ground, if Shakur can evade and get right back in his face, man, evade and get right back in his face, right? When he's not set or ready to punch, when them feet are spread apart, Shakur can walk to him. Shakur can walk to him.
Lopez insists he's training to put Shakur Stevenson to sleep and prove himself, especially since he hasn't scored a big knockout in some time. He's focused on landing that decisive blow rather than just outboxing him.
I would consider you, out of you and Shakur, I would consider you the more explosive, possibly the more speed concerning like getting to the target quicker. But I haven't seen you really get the type of knockouts that made the fans appeal to the whole package and the whole system of you. Are you training?
You mean at 140 pounds compared to 135? Yeah,
yes, in comparison. Yeah. Are you training for a knockout? Are you training to do something to not just beat Shakur, but to beat him in grand fashion? When I say grand fashion, I mean going for the knockout.
Well, I think that the whole thing is the Bible of boxing really is that if you look for the knockout, you won't get it. I think really it's just all about setting the good pace early in the beginning rounds and then going from there, setting that tone. I think that I don't see him going those 12 rounds. This is his first time moving up to 140. A lot of these guys could say a lot of things about me not knocking them out or whatnot, but they don't come and try to fight me after they feel this power. So it's for a reason. It carries. It does carry. I mean, I had a good showing with Arnold Barboza. He was number one, my mandatory, and he was too hesitant trying to commit to punches. So I think that it's just something that's going to be a rude awakening for Shakur.
Hey, Doug, you hear that? He said the Bible of boxing. What else is called the Bible of boxing? Ring Magazine. And he's a two-division,
Yeah,
Ring Magazine champ.
Great ambassador for those championship belts as well.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm very big on those things. I claimed 2 weight divisions, 2 Ring Magazine belts just at 25, and I'm 28 now. I've been defending my belts now. I feel great, and then most importantly, this will be my 4th title defense with the Ring and the WBO junior lightweight junior welterweight world division.
Stevenson has talked about exploiting Lopez's weaknesses and approaching this fight not just with movement, but with confidence in his overall skill set. He believes he can expose flaws in Lopez's game if executed correctly.
As long as I'm like locked in and I'm focused on what I'm supposed to be doing, nothing else matters around me. That 4-weight world champion, it means everything to me. That's me separating myself. A lot of these guys that they claim is the guys nowadays, none of them can say that they are a 4-weight world champion. He got a lot of weaknesses though. He's a very good fighter, but I do see a lot of weaknesses. He's not going to correct them overnight. It's going to be the same Teo that we done seen 1,000 times before. He's going to come out there trying to perform highly, and I'm going to take advantage of it. But as far as the weaknesses, I'm going to keep them to myself.
Lopez, meanwhile, has fired back with rhetoric aimed at proving that Stevenson's reputation is overstated. He's called Stevenson overrated and pledged to show that his defensive tactics are not impregnable. Making the fight ugly and forcing Stevenson into uncomfortable exchanges has been part of Lopez's public messaging.
I mean, we were stablemates, me and Shakur, top rank. He talks about this and that and about, I was jealous of him. No, I'm not. You were a 2016 USA silver medalist. You're going to get your signing bonus and all that extra stuff. Thing was, they were trying to secure him in a different route because they had put a lot of money in him. Me, I think I was just supposed to be an opponent eventually.
Lopez has even suggested that Stevenson is hesitant to get hit and will need to overcome that fear to win. These comments fuel a storyline where Lopez tries to lure Stevenson into a more aggressive fight, a style clash that could settle once and for all whether movement or pressure wins the day.
You know, my mind is limitless, so then again, it's like I could always succeed to another level with it, and exceed to it. So it's really just trying to just keep it going, keep moving forward throughout the whole time and throughout the whole process, and mainly just have fun with it. You gotta have fun with what you do. I love this. I haven't stopped doing what I've done because of the fact that I enjoy what I do. This has been 20 years in the making. 20 years in this, and I have so much to do and so much to prove within myself. So mentally, I'm prepared. Physically, I'm more than ready, and emotionally, I'm on fire, I'm on fire with it, because all I ever did was try to be great, and it's no longer trying. I am great, and it's all about just continuing and holding that. So it's all about just staying humble throughout the process, keeping myself level-headed, and really just enjoying each day that we get because tomorrow's never.
Shakur's left hook and Philly shell defense are key weapons in his strategy against Teo. The Philly shell allows him to protect his head while staying in range to counter effectively, letting him absorb or deflect incoming shots without panicking or retreating. By staying composed and using this defensive stance, Shakur can wait for openings, making it easier to time his counters. His left hook becomes especially dangerous when Teo is off balance, as it can exploit moments when Teo overcommits or mispositions himself. Combined with feints and smart footwork, these tools let Shakur dictate the pace, control the distance, and turn defensive moments into offensive opportunities, maximizing his chances to land significant, fight-changing punches.
Yeah, Shakur going to that damn Mayweather defense, Philly shell, that left hook is coming. He gonna be looking for that mug all night long. That left hook, left hook, left hook. But just keep Teofimo off balance. That's all he got to do is keep him off balance, man. Throwing them feints, fighting him off that jab, bro, it's going to break his rhythm up, boy. He going to struggle. He going to have a hard time. But, Kambosos didn't rush in at him. Kambosos stayed underneath himself, stayed right there in front of him. That was it. Held his ground. That was it. Anytime Lopez would do something, Kambosos come right back with counters. Yeah, but he stayed close enough to get Lopez to react. And a lot of times Lopez fought angry that fight. So he left himself wide the hell open.
Ryan Garcia says he'd put his money on Shakur Stevenson, but also admits he wouldn't be shocked if Teofimo Lopez pulls off the upset against Stevenson. Garcia told reporters that while he thinks Lopez might struggle with Stevenson's slick defensive style, he could be underestimating Teo a bit. And if Lopez adjusts and brings power and pressure, he could surprise everyone with a win. Garcia's take reflects respect for both fighters' abilities and power, acknowledging Stevenson's boxing IQ, but also recognizing Lopez's threat if he executes his offense well.
I won't be surprised if Teofimo surprises us all, for sure. I think I'm underestimating Teofimo a little bit, but I don't think he can make the necessary adjustments to his own style to combat what Shakur does best. But he could definitely prove me wrong, for sure. And I won't be surprised.
Okay. I guess obviously if you win this fight, you're going straight to the Haney rematch, right?
And there's a bunch of options on the door. You got Conor Benn. I know they made that as a mandatory, so we could explore that option. There's so many different options, but we're ready for it all.
Lamont Roach Jr. doesn't see a scenario where Teofimo Lopez beats Shakur Stevenson. Roach has backed Stevenson to win their next super lightweight showdown, saying Shakur's high boxing IQ and slick style will frustrate Lopez and likely secure him the victory. He pointed out that Lopez tends to struggle against technical boxers and believes Stevenson's movement and strategy are strong enough to outpoint Teo rather than let him impose his power. Roach's prediction reflects respect for Stevenson's ring generalship and confidence that his style matchup works well against Lopez. While Lopez brings power and aggression, Roach still favors Stevenson's tactical edge in this pivotal matchup.
Well, who do you think wins that fight between him and Teofimo Lopez if they fight?
I think Shakur wins. And I don't think it's going to be like a super tough fight either. His IQ will frustrate him.
Don't you think Teo has also good ring IQ and also is slick, fast?
I think so, but when you look at Teo's performances against guys that are just pure boxers, it's just like he almost lost to Sandor Martin. Some people thought he lost to Sandor Martin.
He did beat Loma, who's arguably at the time considered one of the best in the world.
He did, and that was one of a performance too. So yeah, I mean, I think he's hit or miss. You got to think he got stuff. He a little cuckoo too. Like he has like a little mental lapses every once in a while. Look at the Kambosos fight. Like that's a fight that people would never expect Kambosos to win, and he won a grueling match against him as well. So I just I don't know. I don't think he can get it done against Shakur when it comes to like because it's going to be just a skill match. I don't think he's going to try to. Or he's going to try to rough Shakur off, and it's probably not going to work.
Shakur Stevenson plans to approach the fight with control, patience, and intelligence, focusing on slowing the pace and forcing Teofimo Lopez to operate entirely on his terms. His goal is to dictate distance, timing, and rhythm, turning every exchange into a subtle reminder of who is in charge in the ring. By remaining disciplined, calm, and defensively sound, Shakur believes he can gradually wear Teofimo down mentally before breaking him down technically. He trusts that frustration will build as clean opportunities become harder to find, leading to mistakes and openings. Once that mental edge is secured, Stevenson expects the fight to tilt firmly in his favor, allowing his precision, timing, and ring IQ to take over and control the outcome from start to finish.
Demolishment. We're going to demolish. The guy's way too slow, Shakur's too sharp, too fast, too strong.
Stevenson has thoroughly mapped out his strategy for facing Teofimo Lopez, and it's built around control on both the physical and psychological fronts. He plans to disrupt Lopez's rhythm and frustrate him mentally by using sharp footwork, constant feints, and crisp counters to keep Teo off balance. Rather than simply retreating, Stevenson wants to make Lopez miss repeatedly, force him to overreach, and sap his confidence round after round. By denying space and rhythm, he aims to control the pace and force Lopez into making mistakes, turning pressure into opportunity and securing clear rounds through calculated precision.
New you're specifically working on for this camp compared to the other camps you've done?
I think right now we're just trying to stay mentally sharp. I don't want to go in there and try to make it a firefight. I just want to like box him and pick his brain and beat him up, make him want to quit. Mentally break somebody down, it's like I'm hitting you and you can't get anything back. You know, that's like frustrating for certain people. after a while, people start to like quit mentally.
As fight night approaches, experts remain divided on Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson, but a clear theme has emerged. This is a clash of contrasting styles with very different paths to victory. Shakur Stevenson enters as the betting favorite, widely expected to use elite distance control, sharp timing, and movement to outbox Lopez over 12 rounds.